Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. If you have not done so already by now, bitch, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please engage in the channel. We have a lot of motherfucking fun over here, bitch, okay? Also, by hitting the notification bell, you'll be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new. All right now, and thank you so much for joining me for my review, okay, my official review, okay, of G Status ATL Hustle Season 2, episode, well, the fucking movie, bitch, okay? Like, can we even call this an episode? This was a fucking Avengers movie, bitch. The Revengers movie, bitch. Like, seriously. But before we get into it, I have a couple of things that I need to say. And the first thing I have to say is I have to lead with gratitude. I know I talked about it many times and reposted it many times, but since this is my official review of, the second season of G Status, I have to say thank you to them and that I appreciate them. For those of you that don't know by now, which you should, because bitch, I done said it and they showed it. Hallelujah, bitch. That I was featured. I was one of the reviewers that was featured in their trailer, their official trailer. And I'm here for stuff like that because at the end of the day, I don't think people realize that, us reviewers, we do put a lot of heart and soul into our commentary on your show. So, if we review it, that means we live for it, no matter the shade, no matter what happens. Which also comes with, my next disclaimer. For the newcomers of G Status, if you so happen to, come by the channel and watch the reviews, which I hope you guys really do. So don't take, I can't really tell someone how to take something that is being said about them. So I don't want to be one of those bitches. But I do want to say it's all entertainment, boo. Okay? So, and again, I review what I see, but I also am a different type of reviewer because I go in depth on, I don't want to say assumption, but I guess it is assumption. I kind of like read into the person and the situation. That's what I do as a reviewer. I'm quite sure some of the old girls will let you know that's how I roll. If you do fuckery, I call out fuckery. If you're doing underhanded, well, it's all fuckery. All the fuckery. You will be bibbity bobbity and booped. Okay? If you don't know what that means, keep up with the channel and you will learn. Bitch. Also, the Just Us League. Myself, Really BTV, Every Reviews, Cat's Meow, Giving You the Real Tea, Scotty, also known as Mr. Still Standing, L3027. We like to do interviews. So if you would like to come on, speak your piece, maybe fill us in on what's going on in the inner workings of all of the foo-la-la. Maybe we may be judging you too harshly in our reviews and you need to just clear the air real quick. Because again, that's what the interviews are for, to try to change the narrative that's being pushed about you within this season. So if you're a part of some fuckery and we done brought the Thor hammer on your motherfucking ass and you ain't living for it, well, come right over to the Just Us League panel, honey, and we will interview you and we will get your truth out there. Yes, Scott, honey, because we fight for truth and justice. All right. We've been waiting a long motherfucking time. I have been the biggest, from what I've seen, I've been extremely vocal about my disdain for the length of time that we had to wait for season 2 to come out. Which also makes me more appreciative that they did decide to put me in their trailer, because it's like that video that they posted of me in their trailer was about a year ago. They had plenty of time to take me out of that bitch. Plenty of time, because I know they've been keeping up with the conversation pieces. And, you know, I've developed certain relationships with some cast members. So I'm quite sure word would have got around that, oh, the girls are talking shit. So that just shows a lot of the unbiased nature that is, you know, this production. And most importantly, the creator, the executive producer, Ja. So I do appreciate you, boo. Thank you so much for, you know, for that. I really do. And I can't lie, I got some followers after that, baby. I was like, okay, honey, the children are hitting the girls up. Okay. And hey, let me tell you something, as reviewers, we really do appreciate the love and the appreciation. It doesn't cost you anything to show gratitude and to say thank you. Because at the end of the day, we're not news people, but we're your kind of like media press. Because you're not in the mainstream world. Let's keep it real. So, and you know, we're not sitting on high horses. We're not patting ourselves on the back overtly. It is what it is at the end of the day. You see the power that commentary can have. So, thank you and thank you. Seriously, though. We got to talk about the tribute that we saw real quick. I know this is way at the end, but I have to put it in the forefront. Taika TV. I believe one of the reasons that I'm still doing this is because of Taika TV. Through Taika, I ended up meeting Hermit TV Junkie, another fellow reviewer of the show, and this has been going on some years now. I've met Really BTV, and I've met Ebby Reviews. So it's just like through these shows, I've amassed really, really good relationships with people. You'll see their links to their channels and you know, their IGs in the description box when this video is posted. So please go follow them and keep track. All the Just Us League members, I'll make sure everybody's shit is in the description box, okay? But yeah, Taika TV, for those that don't know, he was a fellow reviewer. That was Bishop, bitch. That was the one who basically started the interview thing and became that bitch. And unfortunately, I believe it was last year, you know, he took his own life. You know, child, the troubles in the world, the troubles in life, you never know what someone's going through, but may he rest in peace. We love you, boo, and we're really doing this with you in mind. Thank you so much. So I do appreciate y'all showing love to Bishop. Hello, God. Production. Let's get into you real quick. Honey, this episode, you know, although you got stricken down, honey, the Lord threw his lightning bolts down at your motherfucking ass, bitch. Hunty, girl, the gods were not here for you, bitch. The premiere night, bitch. They were not here, bitch. They said no God. Child. But then y'all said yes God and came back a couple days later, which I was here for. Speculation, maybe there was some music, maybe there were some things featured throughout the video that were, you know, copyright claim type teas. You know, YouTube is very fickle about what the fuck they'll let you upload. But overall, I'm living for everything that y'all did throughout this in terms of production. You guys are the one to turn to. I've always said that since season 1. You have forced a lot of the girls in the game to step their motherfucking pussy up, bitch. Okay. And I guess this leads us to, you know, the opening act, bitch. I'm trying to gather myself for this. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you this. And why I'm going to be pissed off. 1, 2, 3, 4, which really only had 2 lines on it. 5, 6. I like to recycle, and I feel like I'm doing Mother Earth a disservice by wasting this fucking paper. Because at the end of it, I realized something. I don't fucking need these notes, okay? Because we have to lock and lay into some bitches today, honey. We have to lock and lay into some bitches. Let me tell y'all something. We opened this season with a wonderful show of work. Yes, Scott, honey, showmanship, honey. When I tell you Charlie Exile, that is what he is known for. He will put on a show, bitch. He is going to give you visuals, he's going to give you pussy, and he's definitely going to give you cunty-ass attitude. But unfortunately, we're not talking about the good and the positive part of pussy and cunt attitude, bitch. We're talking about the spirit of fuckery and negativity and fraudulence. We're talking about a disturbed individual who's living in the most fucked up worlds of narcissism you'll ever think of in your lifetime. We thought that Corday was a narcissistic, egotistical motherfucker. No, bitch. Charlie Exile has came out of exile to try to show the girls that she's living in this world of not. Come here, daughter. Come in. Come in, Charlie. And you know what? Let me explain something. The spirit is good. Let's get back into a real quick thank you. I needed to also shout out the invitation that I received to be a part of the Behind the Veil podcast. Thank you, production, for that. It was a great experience. Unfortunately, I was not able to stick around for the third and final part, which had Charlie Exile, our guy, and Redrick. I had to leave because I had to get ready for work. But the spirit knows that that time that happened was meant. Because Charlie was also late to the situation. Because even after I left, it was told to me that she didn't show up until like 20 to 30 minutes even after I left. So the spirit works in mysterious motherfucking ways, bitch. Because, girl, like, you couldn't pay me enough to want to sit next to someone with this kind of energy. I would have never thought. Now, we did see this person turn into this raggedy whore. Yes, bitch, and we're gonna call you a raggedy whore. Because I don't understand the nerve, the mitigated gall that you have, bitch, to show your ass on this good screen. You were given a wonderful opportunity to showcase your talents. And you became the literal version of a pussy cunt bitch. Very disappointed in you, Charlie. And since we're on you, we're just going to talk about everything that has, surrounded you this episode. Our guy, this spirit of we are better than you, you cannot sit with us. Guess what, bitches? This is a show that Charlie already has been a part of. So when they have cast situations like Hakeem's barbecue or cookout, whatever the fuck it's going to be, that's work. That's what he signed up for. You're just coming into the situation, so stop trying to have this mother manipulative attitude like he's your only friend, bitch. Charlie has been a part of the show since season 1. He knows what the fuck needs to happen. Then what's the point of you being a cast member, bitch, if you're not going to join in the fucking cast situations? Why do you hang with these girls? Why aren't you elevating? And while we're talking about elevating, girl, you talking about doing cross country, and want to go to London. Girl, you are a dumb bitch. And I'm gonna need a lot of these girls to pick up a motherfucking book. I'm gonna need a lot of y'all girls to pick up some books and read, bitch. You want to talk about shading? How can your reads and shades be clear and concise if they don't make motherfucking sense because, bitch, you're using the wrong words? Girl, you want to talk about elevation? Elevate your motherfucking brain activity, bitch. And I'm sorry I'm coming down so harsh. It's just like I've been itching for a way to try to make this come off so much motherfucking smoother than what it is right now. And I don't really apologize for it because what I saw in this episode between Charlie and our guy was a bunch of fuckery. Acting real dumb, the acting was horrible. It's like a ghetto Laverne and Shirley, bitch. Like, I was not here for it. You're like the fucking Decepticons. Oh, and Charlie was looking like a gay-ass Decepticon in his damn confessional with this fucking golden wing shit. Child, did you buy out all the Michael's gold thread and needle, bitch? Like, girl, Wasn't here for it. I'm just not here for Charlie this season. I can already tell. It is what it is. Maybe it'll change, but I highly doubt it. You really sunk this fucking episode for me. Like, when this whole 1,000-year scene was done, and in that mall scene that was ridiculous as a motherfucker, talking about you're better than people, girl, bitch, where? Where? If anybody on this whole entire episode, season, branding is that bitch, it's going to be Sherrod. That's the only one that I have seen been pushing and making that work happen, bitch. Visuals, honey. Real work. And continuing a meager 9 to 5. And still makes time to slay the fucking screens, bitch. And did I see a billboard recently? We all saw a billboard recently. Shout out to Raheem Brazil and Sherrod and the rest of the girls at Dream House Network, bitch. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. Because, bitch, I don't understand where this attitude, girl, walking through like you that girl, bitch, you know you not. No. When you are that girl, you serve with grace. You serve with compassion. You don't serve and start shit off with shade and fuckery, bitch. That is not real queen shit. You are still a little girl trying to find her way amongst all of the real queens, honey. Step your pussy up, bitch. Okay? We're gonna get off of them because like I'm just over them right now, and I'm very disappointed. And our guy, this is not the way to make an entrance. And one more thing, because it's designer doesn't mean it's cute. And I lived in Atlanta. I know how the girls up there roll. And let's talk about Atlanta real quick. Everybody wants to move to Atlanta. Everybody wants to move to Atlanta. Girl, Atlanta is not all of that. Like, seriously, there's so much competition. There is so much fuckery that goes on, even in the nicest parts of Atlanta. Like, girl, and y'all are just adding to the devastation in the nation. Most of the girls I know that go up there become homeless or working at the fucking, the local fast food restaurant 2 years into being there. It's really hard for a lot of the girls to bring their dreams to fruition where there's a bunch of fucking people descending on. Yes, we understand that Atlanta, Georgia is all accepting of the gays, but we also know that's the playground, the devil's playground, bitch. Let's be honest here. Stop piling into that city so much, thinking that's the gay refugee camps. Okay, and that place is gonna save you. There are other places that are gay friendly. When you start to dominate and overpopulate an area, you end up draining its resources. You end up not making it comfortable and feasible for anybody else to move there and become successful. Why is Atlanta the gay mecca? You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, if you ask me, it's all about trade. And them girls just don't keep it fucking real. Them girls from, I'm going there to make a career out of myself. Girl, you going there to hoe out real quick. Okay, that's how that, and I can't. I don't want to assume that about everyone's intentions, but girl, every time I hear a girl talking about something, I'm moving to Atlanta, girl, you just going there because you know trade is easy, and I feel bad for the female population because I live there. Trust me, I know the fuckery. Anyway, we're done with all of that. Sherrod and Delicious Honey are coming to the scene. One thing I loved about this episode is we had a great opportunity to see new cast members. And obviously Charlie and fucking Sherrod are still going through their little battle since season 1. Girl, like, at the end of the day, I feel Delicious, bitch. And that's why I think I'm going to end up liking her, because it's just like, girl, either you girls are going to move past this 1,000-year battle, bitch, or y'all bitches need to fight. Make up or fight, bitch. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to keep beefing with a bitch and we ain't yet thrown hands. Girl, it's not going to happen that way. I don't even have time for all that foolala. I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to call it a motherfucking day. And I don't know why we feel such a need to hold on to these bitches. I know it's just for the show, but you still, if these people really disturb you that fucking much and you have that much disdain for them, why be bothered? Charlie? Why be bothered, Charlie? Because it seems like you're so greater than thou, bitch, right? Dressed in this holy organza look, girl. Okay, like, why be a part of it then? Leave, bitch. Bye. If you think that you're greater than the platform that introduced you to us, because let's be honest, if it wasn't for G Status, girl, I would not know who the fuck you are. Oh, y'all know it's real. You know it's real. You know it's gonna be real. And I hate to even be this way, but it's just like, girl, I cannot. I cannot with a person that carries himself this way, even if it is all just an act. Like, girl, it's so disgusting. I want to take a bath with bleach, girl, lemon juice and lime, bitch. Cleanse me, Father, from all of this sin that I bared witness to within the first goddamn hour of this whole fucking episode. Anyway, Sherrod and Delicious are, talking to Charlie Child, and Charlie is shading the fuck out of both of these bitches, and the shade is being thrown back. And I'm just like, you don't even know Delicious. Leave her out of this, bitch. Okay? And Delicious is just sitting by, like, looking like, girl, like, it is what it is. And I'm feeling that energy because it's like, girl, like, why would I even come here? And come to find out, I don't even think Charlie invited Sherrod. I think production made it a thing. Like, girl, you got to come, and it just is what it is. Because Sherrod even said it in his confessional, and it shows. He said he was just getting off of work too, so that's why he was dressed like he was coming to rob the place. Okay. So, at the end of the day, why bother? Anyway, they're shading each other. Child, we forgot about talk about Tramiel, honey. He's back, honey. The corporate mouth is back, honey. And started out again, shade. Again, why would you show up? You haven't seen this bitch in over a year and a half. Obviously, you're not considered a friend. And I'm not going to be sitting around here begging for friendships. And not saying that's what you guys are doing. It's just, even if it is for the scene, I get you have to put work before anything else, but bitch, like, don't make yourselves look foolish. Because we clocked that tea between Tramiel and Sherrod in the first season when they met up at that restaurant and Tramiel was shading him, but Sherrod said, oh, we've known each other for a long time, and then come to find out they had just met. So it's just like, girl, we will see it. We will see it. Okay? And we will read you for filth, bitch. So Tramiel is their child, and they're talking about how their relationship, child, we don't even care anymore. Let's move on to Hakeem, child. Let me tell y'all bitches something, honey. Let me tell y'all something. If it wasn't for Hakeem, I think I would have turned this whole episode off, bitch. I got my whole life. This you can't, once you learn Hakeem, you have no choice but to laugh and keep it fucking moving. I roasted him for the longest when he was on Chasing Atlanta. I roasted him his first season of G Status ATL Hustle. Like, I have been reading and roasting this bitch for filth for the longest. And over time, I realized that the same as Hermit TV Junkie, she told me, she was like, child, he knows what to do for the cameras. He knows what to do to bring the excitement. He is putting on a personality to bring in that entertainment factor. And once I started seeing it the way that she does, I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. So, but it doesn't make a lot of the stuff that he does and says right. I don't want to, hell no, we're not going to absolve him of that fuck shit. But what I'm saying, the antics and things of that nature that this man, the shade that he throws, and some of that shit don't make no sense, but it makes sense. And sometimes I feel like a dumb bitch because it makes sense to me. It's so fucking funny. Bitch, again, I love it. I have a love-hate relationship with Hakeem. He knows it. He's all, when me and him see each other, when we saw each other on the podcast of Behind the Veil, it was just, girl, it was just like, girl, I know you be talking shit about me, but you know what? We have a mutual understanding, and we do. I can't wait to interview him. I just can't. I think that'll be probably one of our best interviews that we'll ever probably conduct, because I think he's going to give us a time. So Hakeem is at this daiquiri shop, and we also, at this point, we're meeting Ike. Um, Ike is cute. Ike reminds me of me. When I finally got comfortable in my own skin and I moved to the great city of Atlanta, I became a whore. That is where I found my place in whoredom. I realized that I am me. I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about it. I'm getting attention that I've never gotten before. And bitch, it feels good. And it is what it is. And these girls can't tell me nothing. That is what Ike is serving me. That he is a late bloomer when it comes to, being able to feel comfortable in his own skin. And baby, there's nothing wrong with that. You have finally arrived. Now it's time to calm the whole fuck down. Okay? Let me tell you, girl. Just calm down. It'll be okay. I'm here for you being driven. I'm here for all of that. That is what the show is about. One thing I do love about G Status is they always, always, always are showing the girls working. They're also paying tribute to the things that they've done in the past. But Ike, you said your greatest achievement, girl, was in 2013 for 1,000 people. We're in 2020, bitch. Your greatest achievement was almost 8 years ago? Girl. And let me tell you something. And the reason I can't shade is because we don't support one another in the black gay community. So if you do have a black gay man who is trying to dwell in the realm of entrepreneurship, who is trying to put out singles or albums or doing like Charlie's listening party, there should have been way more gays in the building to support that situation. That was a very cute listening party. Again, overshadowed with bullshit and fuckery, but it was a very cute listening party. I lived for the entire aesthetic of everything. I wish the unicorn would have been able to be on stage with you, because I thought that would have been a cute little showpiece. You should have decked out a unicorn, bitch, because you was already dressed like girl. Peter Pan tees, child, no, and the cats, and the hats. Do you like green eggs and ham? Like, bitch. I'm sorry, child. I couldn't. But yes, I think that I do live for you. Another person that is, new to the season, new to the whole reality thing. I can definitely identify with his story, living at home. Well, I was in foster care, so I didn't have to really give two fucks, but I understand that feeling of being boxed in, having to be closeted because of your surroundings. Because depending on where you live, it can be dangerous trying to live in your truth. As we see every single day, it's just being black men. Imagine being black and gay. It's a difficult fucking road. And if you come from a religious background, family, child. Anyway, Ike is met by Tramel. Tramel is trying to, shoot his shot. I'm here for it, bitch. Do you, Tramel. But when I see throughout the episode, girl, the girls are throwing your corporate mouth to the streets. Allegedly, you out here hoeing. And I want to say this, like when we see clips like that one with Roman that we'll see later on in the season, when we hear Devon speaking ill of the girls, honey, when we hear a lot of these teas, it makes us, is it true? But at the end of the day, like I said, honey, we all have a whole phase, embrace it, have fun, but learn when it's time to slow the hell down. Because these girls will try to come for your credibility by calling you all kinds of whores, which also kills me because, like, you telling me, and I don't want to live in the world of profiling and, putting a stigma on people, but we're black gay men. Y'all live in Atlanta, one of the freakiest motherfucking southern parts of the world, bitch. Like, seriously. Seriously. Y'all gonna act like y'all ain't hoed out? Sucked a couple dicks in the bathroom? I know about the underground. I know about the filth that goes late in the midnight hour in Atlanta. You're telling me. And then what I do, okay. Anyway, we're off track. We're off track. This is gonna be long as fuck, but y'all gave us something long, so bitch, here I go. I'm gonna match your energy, bitch. I'm just playing. It ain't gonna be that fucking long. Okay. Hakeem is, I don't understand, again, like, he's calling these guys bitches and hoes and trying to invite them to this dinner. And I'm just like, do you know these guys well enough to even call them bitches and hoes? And, you know, child. Hakeem just don't give a fuck. Hakeem was shading the fuck out of Tramel, then Tramel shaded him. It was just a lot. I'm just like, Hakeem, at this point, like, how are you going to address this at the reunion? Because what we've seen so far is that you and Charlie might end up being like the most hated this season. Unfortunately, our guy might be in that lineup as well. I'm going to need for these girls to tone down their fucking attitudes and their shade meters. It's too early in the game for that shit. And I feel for Hakeem, like, at a certain level in your life, and you're in your 40s, you're proud 40-something-year-old, conduct yourself accordingly, boo. Like, I'm not saying you got to be a mother figure to nobody and you got to be out here Mother Teresa and the girls and saving cats from trees and shit. But what I am going to say is that you need to, like, bring it down. Bring it down. Just a little bit, girl. So when the time comes, people can't take you seriously. You know what I mean? We end up meeting with Devon. Devon is shading the hell out of all of the girls. It's just like, wow, like this early in the game, we're going to be talking about what the streets are talking about, but not really trying to get to know people for who they are. I just don't think that's fair. But I am here for Devon. I've always lived for him since his, you know, appearance, since his mainstay appearances, honey, on Chasing Atlanta. And we see that him and Hakeem, you know, had talked about their beef and overcame some things, we meet Redrick, which is, I live for Redrick because I love the hustle. I love the story. I love the fact that this bitch said, child, once I graduated, I got on the next plane, I got the fuck on and basically handled my own life. And I live for that. I can relate to that. When I turned 18 and foster care threw me the fuck out, like, it was crazy, but like, I have to give myself props, bitch, because shit could have went a whole nother way. But also, you will never get anywhere in life without the help of someone else. I truly believe that. So if it wasn't for really close friends, I wouldn't have been able to make it. So, Redrick, I applaud you for your hustle, your tenacity, and your motivation, baby. Continue doing you. I'm so happy for you. Continue living your truth. One thing I wanted to address, and I'm glad I remembered this, is Delicious and Redrick. Before I begin my commentary real quick on your situations, I want to say this. I'm still ignorant to the trans experience and the androgynous experience. So no way am I trying to come at y'all wrong or be disrespectful, because I want to learn. And I clearly see you two becoming my favorite two new people in this season, just because of your demeanors and even though Redrick looked like he will beat your motherfucking ass, I see a balanced nature there still. I see a hustler. I see pain and suffering, and I see someone who's overcome and who is strong enough to fucking put that shit on their shoulders and walk with it, and you wouldn't even know that motherfucker was going through something. That's how strong that bitch is. And Delicious is the same exact motherfucking way. But I want to say this in regards, Delicious, I was disturbed by what you said about your father and his passing, like how you felt like that was basically good so you could live your truth. I don't want to go too much any deeper than that on this, on that, because I don't really know your heart and what you meant. And I don't really think it was in malice or anything. I just think that you have to realize, and the same as Redrick, you can't force your parents or the people around you to accept you wholeheartedly. in your entirety of your identity. Being gay is one thing, but being gay and trans or androgynous, or basically changing your outer identity, imagine your parent that raised you from birth, and then all of a sudden their child is changing their physical form. Imagine that though. You came out the closet, they probably accepted that you were gay, but the physical appearance, that's not to them, that's, you're not their child anymore because you don't look like what they're used to. So even if they are willing to accept you wholeheartedly, give them some time to process everything. You can't rush their process and how they accept. You feel what I'm saying? Because we want people to accept us, right? We want to take our time to come out. We want to take our time to figure out who we are. So why can't we expect the same from other people? Don't rush your parents. Don't rush your loved ones to be so accepting. Allow them that time to process, because when they finally do and that process says 100% complete, the love is going to be even more immense if they really do love you. So, and it seems to me that, Redrick, your mom loves you. It seems to me that when your dad was alive, that your father loved you and accepted you. You just need to give them that time, okay? It's a lot to process. Try to put yourself in their shoes, especially if they're not hating you or disowning you. That means that they want to learn, but they need time. Hopefully that made sense. All right, so this went on way too fucking long, and I apologize for this. I do want to say this. This is a 2-hour fucking season premiere, so forgive us reviewers if our shit is a little long. It won't be nowhere near as long as the fucking movie, bitch, but it's a lot to cover. So, and again, this is why it was disturbing for a lot of us reviewers too, because it's like, girl, like, how do we review a fucking long ass, Avengers movie? Like, girl, that's all. You see how many notes, and then at the end of it, I just end up ripping them the fuck up. So I can only imagine what my fellow reviewers had to go through in order to bring you their commentary. Another scene that I just felt like came out of the left field was the final scene with Hakeem and Zion, I believe, is a friend / music producer. And another reason why you have no choice but to love to hate Hakeem, bitch, because this motherfucker right here was, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but apparently these kids, honey, I can't anymore. Apparently Hakeem had sex with this boy once upon a time, not long ago or whatever. And the guy's like, bitch, where? Zion is like, bitch, where? I don't remember you. I don't remember that situation. And Hakeem is just steady trying to remind this boy about their time together. And this boy's like, no, girl, I don't remember you. Girl, who are you, girl? I don't remember you. This is our first time meeting, girl. Like, and it's just so embarrassing for both parties, because if Hakeem's telling the truth, then it's fucked up for the guy, and maybe he's just so embarrassed. And he did say that, oh, I have standards, and I felt like that was very disrespectful. But then again, Hakeem is very disrespectful. He called the guy a bitch, and the guy was like, please don't call me no bitch. And that's one thing in our community that we do. Even myself, I'm guilty of it. Like, I'm like, bitch or girl. And I do have a problem with that. It is very unhealthy. But I just wish people would charge it to the game, but I can already sense every reviews is like laser eyes, like burning a hole in my soul for saying that, because you know how she feels about stuff like that. But I just feel like in our community, it's just like, girl, charge it to the game, honey. Like, bitch. Charge it to the fucking game. Like, we didn't. Now, if it's meant in malice, okay, like if I'm coming at you out of anger, like, you fucking bitch, like, that's different. But if I'm just like talking like, bitch, you know what happened? Like, or you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, like, y'all be taking shit too seriously, but I get it. He was given very grandfather Edward Scissorhands outfit. Like I was just like, girl, okay, no, not Edward Scissorhands. What's the Freddy Krueger sweater, bitch? I was just like, girl, like. Anyway, this episode was this movie was extremely long, overshadowed by so much shade. It does remind me of, you know, the season of Dallas, unfortunately. um I, I appreciate the girls working, and then I don't know how much the daiquiri shop paid you to. You know what? The girls were working. That's all that matters, right? I hope July 5th we will be blessed with another episode. I hope that we get more focus again. I know y'all are tired of my motherfucking ass. I desire to see work scenes. I desire to see actual connections, relationships being cultivated in a positive manner. Um, so hopefully that there's a healthy balance this season. Um, I will say it all looked great. Um, yeah, that's all I really have, guys. If I left anything out, please drop